Now we're going to have a look at milling away at excess material away from an object with a tool. Now we're going to use a file that I have that is existing. Let's go 300 by 100 on the size. The starting point in the bottom left corner. We say OK. And I'm going to go File, and I'm going to go Import. I'm going to import a PLT file that I have. So that's Hewlett Packard Graphic Language, HPGL. And let's have a look, see. Let's take the tribal, open it up, use the marking tool, select the object, scale it up a little bit to fit onto our paper size. Right, now we have an object. Now what we're going to do is usually set up the tool. And I'm going to be using an end mill cutter. Let's use the end mill cutter. The tip radius is 1, so it's a 2 millimeter end mill. Let's stick with that. Let's mill down 1 millimeter deep. Let's give ourselves a 3 millimeter clearance. And the rest we're going to leave the same. So we say OK. Now we're going to go to CAM, and we're going to select the mill core 2D 3D button. This pops up a window. We're going to be using the tool from layer 0, and it's layer 0 tool is black. Target layer is 16. That will export the data that we're going to create to layer 16. The correction, we can either inset, which means to the inside, or embossed, which means to the outside. In this case, we're going to use embossed to the outside. And we can select any one of these 4 options. Rem row, we'll do a parallel style. Line uniform will be one individual line at a time. Track parallel will follow the contours of the object, and none will give us one contour to the outside. In this case, let's use the rem row. Go OK, and there we see the object has filled to the outside from the inside. If we'd like to see what this looks like when it's being cut, we can select the layer 16 where all of this data has been placed. We can go to T-Track, select Tool Simulate, Tool Middle Line, Tool Wide. Tool Track is the width of the cut, the actual width, no raised path. Feed factor, I'm going to turn that up to maximum of 9. And we hit start, and of course we will be able to see the simulation of the cut that we have just created on the Construcam. So we'll just wait for it to finish cutting. And nearly there. And that's exactly what the cutter will leave us with. Right, let's go back to normal view, just for the purpose that you understand. We now have 3-dimensional cutting data in there, which is why it's going to read 3D. It's going to go deep by 1 millimeter and pocket away all of this material on the outside. If we go back to layer 1, or layer 0 rather, we can simulate that as well, but that will be the original line which is still in that layer. So let's just do that. Now you can decide whether you wish to export that cut out as well, or if you would like to retain the original size of the actual cutting, in which case we'll export only the data in layer 16. So let's go back to normal. Let's prepare to export. Now we want to export layer 16, but we do not want to export the first layer. So we'll switch it off, export, and there it is in the WinPCNC